Good morning everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Live with me and of course lovely Azra. It is Tuesday the 22nd today. I'm not going to fib guys, it's a bit fresh this morning. It's still only shorts and t-shirts weather, but yeah, it's you notice it again this morning. It's bin day today in the village, hence we got all the blues and green bins out. Blue for recycling, green for garden waste. Useless piece of information. But I guess, as always, go on, good girl. How is everyone? And what's everyone up to? Feel free to leave comments in the box, like and subscribe. Get all the administration out of the way nice and early, and then we can carry on from there. So, yesterday was Monday. It was a normal working day. I am now down to, what am I down to? I think I've got 7 more shifts until holiday. So that is good. I am very much looking forward to that. I'm beginning to look forward to it now. It'll be our 3rd cruise that we've done, and yeah, it's we're very fortunate that we've obviously had a week away already this year to Centre Parks, but for reasons that I've told you about before, it has been a bit of a rubbish year, and not through my own doing, by the way, and I'm just I'm looking forward to, once we get on the ship, just relaxing, because you can do as much or as little as you like on these cruise ships, and apart from the trips that we've got booked, which we've got trips booked in 3 of the 6 places we go to, we haven't really got an awful lot else sort of planned. We planned my birthday, which is the 8th. We've got a meal in the evening at the beach house, which we did exactly the same when we were on Ventura 2 years ago, and it was a really nice meal. So yeah, hopefully the menu has improved, if not stayed the same, because it was a really nice menu. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, it's gonna be nice. I was having a discussion with Julia last night about the internet whilst we were on board, and it was actually, I think I paid just over £300 for all 4 of us to have the basic internet. Come on, the basic internet when we were on board, and I sort of thought to myself, do you know what? I'd rather have the better internet, from the point of view of not just the vlogging and streaming, but also, if you want to watch anything on sort of Netflix or anything like that on sea days, the basic internet wouldn't allow you to do that, whereas the better one does. And people were asking me at the weekend when we did our live Q&A, how is it? And now we never had a problem with it. And as Julia jokingly said, we don't work for P&O, we're not plugging it. But if you want the internet, pay for the more expensive one because it is the better one. But it was only £100 in the end with the 15% discount and our discount we get with our tier and the ship. It only worked out another £100 for the better internet for all four of us. So I thought to myself, bugger this, let's just do it. So everyone, all four of us got the internet. It's one device though, so it might be a case of having to chop and change devices. In other words, if you want to watch something on the iPad or Netflix, for example, then your mobile phone hasn't got the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll deal with it. It's not a major problem from that point of view. Come on, just go. So yeah, enough of that internet talk, because I'm sure it doesn't interest most people. It's just, as I've said before with this channel and this live, we'll just talk about everything and nothing sort of that comes to mind. We've been doing really, really well recently with the lives, and also the subscriptions really have just jumped hugely in the last, as I've said before, sort of month or so. You know, and I couldn't be more pleased with how the channel is growing, and you guys are what make it a success that it is at the moment. You know, it'll never be a massive channel like some of the big boys out there, but if I can just carry on as I am, getting as many likes and subscribers as I can, you know, we've got lots of exciting stuff on the horizon. If you haven't heard this before, then, as I say, we've got the cruise coming up, a river cruise after that, and the London Eye in London, and then, come on, we've got Euro Disney at the end of the year as well. So we've got lots of exciting stuff coming up that I'm going to share, do some vlogs, I'm going to do some lives. One of the things that sort of came to light over the weekend, and I very much respect Mum for saying this to my oldest brother and then me, is that she feels that some of the trips that we had booked, she feels they'd be too much for her. Now, apart from Cadiz, I've not been to any of the others, so it's not like I could say to Mum, you know what, Mum, I think this will be alright. You've got to go on the information that is being put in front of you, as in walking, how many steps, uphill, downhill, all that sort of stuff. And we agreed that we should cancel 2 of the 3 trips that Mum was going to go with us. We're still going. And she was more than happy to sort of stay on the ship, go to the Crow's Nest, read a book, whatever she wants to do, she can obviously do. And the reason is behind it is that, you know, she didn't want to be in a position, or put us in a position where she has a problem when we're off the ship, and we can't get her back on for whatever reason. And I'm sure that would never happen. You know, it'd have to be something pretty severe for me not to be able to get her back on the ship. But if things happen, and if you can alleviate that, then all the better. And she's quite happy, so I think she's just quite happy to be coming away with us, see some lovely places, you know, even if it is from the ship, and enjoy. So, decent amount of people now coming on all the time, so thanks for that. Do like and subscribe, does really mean a lot. You haven't missed much this morning, really. We've just been talking about internet on cruise ships, and also the trips that we're going to be doing. I haven't really touched on it, apart from saying that Mum is now not coming on a couple of them, but we are doing in Mallorca. So it's what's called sort of a trolley train to Solar Village, which again is a sort of a supposedly a traditional village in Mallorca, and you get a bit of a scenic tour as well. So hopefully that'll be good. Grass is soaking underneath. Don't roll in it, Azra. And then on Gibraltar we're going to go up to the top of the rock. She's just going to the toilet, guys, so I'm going to have to just sort that out in a second. And then I think Cartagena as well, we've got some sort of trolley train as well, but that comes right to the ship, which is why Mum is still doing that one. So, right, just let me sort her out. I am still here, guys. Just panning around just to show I am still here. Wait, Ezra, please. Right. Right, we're off again. Yeah, just got a message coming through asking, is this the dog walk? Yeah, this is the dog walk we do most morning, well, Monday to Friday, at least. And then we try and sort of change it at the weekends when I've got a bit more time, when it's not a working week. We try and sort of alternate it, whether I sort of go do a different walk around the village, or sometimes we just get in the car, sort of go to a different place, whatever, you know, just try and vary it. And I usually bring you guys along too. In most cases, I think I've been doing this now for the last sort of month. I was having a look, funnily enough, last night, and just seeing how long we've been doing it for, and it is sort of coming up a month now. Do you want me to kick that, Azra? Want me to kick it? That was a mistake, wasn't it, guys? Doing that when she's on the lead. Bring it with you. Good girl. We don't know whose it is because there's no one else around other than the bunnies. And there are no tennis courts around here. So I reckon someone's thrown that in the dark and lost it. So she won't carry that for long, I don't think. She'll leave it soon. Getting me to eat my words. Got him, let's go. Come on, come on. Azra, come on. Come on. Dear said she's left it now. So if it is someone's lost ball, they can come and find it. So, yeah. Azra, come on. People tuning in to see you, and at the minute, they're looking at the field. What I will say, guys, is it's a lot wetter underfoot than it has been the last few mornings. So, I didn't even look at the temperature before I came out, and I can't look on my watch now. Currently just done over half a mile. I probably could come out that, but I can't be bothered. If I put my finger in the air, I reckon we're saying it's about 17, 18 at the minute, to be honest with you. So, not cold, but when you've been used to doing walks sort of mid-20s, you feel it a little bit. So they did forecast sort of storms yesterday, and yeah, there was a bit of rain on and off yesterday, but it wasn't until sort of the evening here in the east that we really saw sort of any sort of real sort of stormy weather. And I say stormy weather, it wasn't even that bad. I'll come back to that in a second. Look at that sunrise this morning, guys. Beautiful. We'll get a better picture of that a little bit further round when it's slightly later. But we had a couple of sort of thunderstorms last night. James had his football training on here last night, and I was quite surprised that they did go ahead. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but when there is the risk of sort of lightning, you've got to be a bit careful with kids, haven't you? But to be honest, I do think that if you look at my YouTube channel after you finish watching this, look at the shorts, because I sent the drone up, and I did a couple of videos. We had one storm, if you like, to the south, and it was way to the south, it was definitely south of Royston, so it was at least sort of, I don't know, 4 to 7 miles away, I reckon. Difficult to tell, isn't it? And then there was another one which was really giving the thunder noises, and that was off to the, trying to think geographically, off to the west. And if you look at them, you can clearly see the amount of rain that both storms were dumping. And yeah, I mean, I've never taken the drone up or anything like that before, and I think had this storm clearly have been a lot closer. Come on, Azra, come on. I think had the storm have been a lot closer, there's no way I would have taken it up. You know, I'm not stupid with it. You know, you get these people. I watched a video of someone flying their drone into a volcano yesterday. The pictures were spectacular, but it was destroyed because the heat just destroyed it. So he's lucky he got that. He's lucky he was able to get that footage back. I'm not even quite sure how he would have done that unless it was some sort of live stream that he was doing, because whilst you're recording, it is very difficult to get the information back. For example, you stop recording, and then it's at that point that you can then send the data from the sort of SD card to your device, whatever you're using. So, not quite sure how he did that. Anyway, yeah, it's just quite interesting, sort of putting the drone at 350 foot, just having a look at these two storms sort of come together, sort of a couple of different cells, as it were. Yeah, it doesn't happen in the UK very often, sort of thunderstorms. So when it does happen, it's quite fascinating, actually. Like a good thunderstorm, I prefer it at night when it's dark and you see the lightning flashing around you. That is pretty spectacular. But no, this was about sort of 7 last night, so it's still light. Anyway, that's that. So, what's everyone else doing today? Where are people watching from? Shove it in the chat box. Interesting to know. Helps the conversation. I'm sure people get bored of listening to me. These stinging nettles are getting longer again through here. It's quite nice to know as well, it's quite nice to know as well that the weekend coming up, it is reasonably light. Go on, keep going. I am thinking, weather permitting, about doing a Cambridge live on Saturday or Sunday morning. We'll take the dog with me as well. And then got to take Mum to the hairdressers. That's Saturday. And then after that, we're going to the cinema on Saturday evening, see the new Fantastic Four movie. We're looking forward to that. Hopefully it'll be alright. But there's not loads happening, and that's quite nice, because this weekend will probably be when we really start sort of getting the suitcases finalised. Julia certainly won't have much time during the week. I am off on Wednesday. Am I off on Wednesday? No, I'm off on Thursday. We're travelling to Southampton Thursday afternoon. But annoyingly now, I've got to take my car into the garage on Thursday morning. I've got a problem with the air conditioning. So that's all a bit of a rush really now on a Thursday, which I don't like rushing, guys, at all. so it's going to be a bit of a nuisance, that. But it's got to be done. Got a problem with the aircon. They put dye in the system. It needs to be done. And if they can get it so I've at least got gas for when we travel down to Southampton, make it comfortable, that would be good, especially if the weather is warmer. Are you worrying about the squirrels again, which you're never going to get? Nutcase. But anyway, whatever happens with that. But yeah, so Saturday I sort of just gave you sort of a little plan, and then Sunday did nothing planned. There is a Grand Prix this weekend as well, actually. But that's obviously hardly, well, it probably will be stressful when Lando's involved. But whatever. Yeah, it's nice knowing that we've not got a sort of massively busy weekend. Last weekend was quite busy. Every weekend seems to be busy. When you think to yourself, oh, it's going to be quiet, something always happens. But this weekend we have said no, we're just going to chillax, make sure everything's done for the cruise, as I say, because all of a sudden Thursday now will disappear before us. We've taken the car in, taking the dogs to the pet sitters. Thanks for the like, appreciate that. Do like and subscribe, it does mean a lot to the channel. Yeah, take the dogs into the pet sitters. Got a couple of neighbours looking after the cat and the tortoise. So I've got to speak to them. I think we'll probably try and do that at the latest sort of Wednesday evening, actually, because we won't have any time on the Thursday really, and then we've got to leave sort of mid-afternoon on the Thursday, mid to late afternoon on the Thursday afternoon. Just depends on timings and what have you, but yeah, we need to be on the road sensible o'clock. It's going to take us sort of 2.5 hours to get to Southampton from where we are, and we are sort of staying overnight, obviously, and then the cruise goes on Friday morning. So, and the reason we're going down on the Thursday, and it all's become a little bit frantic on Thursday, is last time we did this, and admittedly it was a Saturday, but it was absolutely pouring with rain, and it just became very, very stressful on the Saturday morning getting down there and everything else. And I said to everyone, let's just go down on the Thursday. If we get there late for whatever reason, traffic, timings, whatever, if we get there late, we just get to bed, I book breakfast, I think for 9 o'clock on the Friday morning at the adjoining sort of restaurant. And then I think we're time to get on the ship is 12:45. So let's say you got to be out of the room, I don't know, 10, half 10, 11 o'clock latest. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure we'll find out. We're in Eastleigh, which is just outside Southampton, and we just have a slow drive into Southampton, and then we will. There's a nice shopping centre, literally just opposite the cruise terminals. There's another sunrise pic. Lovely. Coming up to Azra's Horsey Friends. Yeah, there's a shopping centre sort of just opposite the cruise terminal. And yeah, we'll probably go in there, just waste a little bit of time in there. And then, as I say, we were a lot later getting onto the cruise ship last year. 2 years ago. I think it was, I want to say sort of 2:30, something like that. And it did drag the day, because at that time you just want to get on and get going. So the fact that we're getting on sort of at lunchtime, it doesn't make it too laborious the day really. And then once you're on board, it's just you can relax. Once we're on board, we've been to the muster station. We then get to the buffet, have some lunch, whatever, have a little as much as you want. Hopefully the weather will be kind and we can go out on deck. And then I fully intend on doing a live sail away, whether it be from on the deck or from the room, I don't know. Sort of depends on what side we're on, but I'm going to do what I can. We are next to the Titanic pier, which Mum said, oh, thanks for letting me know that. Hopefully it's not an omen. I'm sure it's not going to be an omen, Mum. The big ships always have to. You've got the horses, Azra's horsey friends all over here. I wonder if she's going to see any of them. You going to look for your friends? You see them? There we are. And you can see the grey one. I'll come round here a little bit. There you go. He's coming over to say hi, Azra. Coming over to say hi. That's nice, isn't it? There's no fuss from Azra at all. No, no, no. See, why do you always spoil it? Why do you always spoil it? Sorry about that, guys. She was having a nice moment then, and then she spoils herself. Right, I think in another sort of few minutes we're going to tune out. As a few more people join up, as there's always the way. We'll keep going for a few minutes longer, guys. Do like and subscribe to the channel. We sort of do this most mornings in some form or the other. As I say, don't forget to have a look at the shorts I put on last night of the storms around the village. Don't really see any lightning, but you can just see the cloud formation and the rain being dumped, sort of, as I said earlier, sort of a few miles away from the village. Otherwise I wouldn't have put the drone in the air. But it was quite sort of nice to be at 350 foot. Legal limit for your drone is 400 foot, if you did not know that. I think 400 foot or 120 metres. I think I'm right saying 100 metres. I know it's definitely 400 foot. And if you are interested in any sort of drone footage, there's plenty on there if you look back. So yeah, if you want to have a look at that, just look back through the videos and shorts I've done of that. Right, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. So have a lovely Tuesday, and we will catch up again tomorrow, all being well. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.